Well, to talk a bit more about the leaks, I'm very pleased to be joined now by Dan Lomas. He's an expert in security and intelligence at Brunel University in the United Kingdom. Thanks for talking to us on France 24 today, sir. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
We don't know, as we heard in that report, who leaked these files, but on the weight of the evidence so far, does it suggest to you one or several American officials were involved rather than some kind of foreign actor?
Well, of course, the line that came out early when the leak started was this was Russian interference and the Russians were leaking this information. But I think from my perspective and looking at the broader evidence, it tends to suggest that this is, as has happened previously, it's an insider threat. It's someone from within the US intelligence establishment or wider US government who has copied these documents and decided to release them on social media platforms. So I'd say the insider threat is the most likely option here.
And let's talk about those platforms in particular then. What do you make of the fact that these leaks were circulating, first of all, on some rather dubious websites like 4chan, and it took weeks for mainstream media, for the US government to work out that they were online at all?
I think it highlights the complexity of kind of identifying leaks and potentially trying to stop these leaks from taking place. We're working in an information universe where it remains difficult for government to actually stop all the leaks from taking place. And I think what we've got here is that, people are able to use the Internet of Things, the leak material, and it's very, very difficult for government officials to try and identify where these leaks are taking place.
And as we heard in that report as well, South Korea is one of the countries that apparently is being spied on by the United States. South Korea, obviously an ally of the US. Israel, another example where spying is apparently taking place. I mean, how common is this? Should American allies simply accept that the US is spying on them?
I think what we're seeing really is a confirmation of what we've always known, is that there are no allies when it comes to the world of secret intelligence. The Snowden revelations in 2013, the WikiLeaks cable releases earlier than that, already showed that the United States was spying on its allies, and this has been known for some time, really. It's also worth pointing out, however, that when the Snowden revelations broke back in 2013, there was a lot of concern from notably France and Germany that the US was spying on its major European allies. It later turned out that the French and German intelligence services were also spying on their European and international partners as well. And again, it just underlines really that it underlines things that we already know, really, that major intelligence players often spy on both enemies and allies alike. And this is accepted as part of the wider game of intelligence collection.
So you don't think then this actually will have ruffled too many feathers in governments around the world? Perhaps actually they weren't that surprised by this?
I think on a political level that, government officials will show some surprise, and certainly they have to do this. But I think that it's widely accepted amongst allies and international partners that allies do spy on one another. And I think that a lot of the shock and surprise is perhaps for political reasons, if anything. Also, when it comes to the nitty-gritty of intelligence collection, intelligence agencies will frequently work with partners because it's in their best interest to do so. I think, claims that people are spying on one another have a short-term impact on long-term intelligence liaison arrangements. And what we'll see will happen is that partners will continue to work alongside one another for years to come.
Dan Lomas talking to us there from Brunel University in the UK. Thanks very much indeed, sir.
Thank you.